I know I cleaned up this dog shit. But now I can smell it. God, I hope it's not somewhere I can step in it. Okay. Welcome to Coffee Havoc number 2. And Instagram, this is my prep show. So, as I move shit back into play, I'm gonna, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So, you know, I don't know if anybody ever really pays attention to the shit I say. Or if you do, or if you don't pay attention, I'm gonna explain some things to y'all about weapons. Today I'm going to do my chain, bound fighting, possibly grab one of those bow staffs from back there that's taped up in the corner over there somewhere. But before I begin any of that, I want to make sure y'all understand something. Couple of things that come across my FYP on TikTok, and a couple of things that come across Instagram and YouTube, mostly Instagram. And I'm trying to get rid of my YouTube shit as it's dropping on my screen now, and it's distracting the shit out of me. I want you all to understand a couple of facts. Before I begin, let me pull up a seat. Let me drop a couple of facts about martial arts in general. Alright? For those who have used it on the streets, this ain't for you. Because you know everything that I'm going to say is factual and truth, and you know that everything is situational, and you also know that 30% of what you learn in the dojo will only work out here. The other 70% will work everywhere else. Movies, TV, wrestling, possibly in the UFC if you get lucky, definitely in sports karate, because, you know, one, you have rules in these situations where you are literally not allowed to kill someone. In the streets, people don't really think about rules or laws, they just think about beating your ass. So you have to understand how this works, alright? If you've never been jumped before, this video is for you. You may learn some shit right now. So, minus that. The thing is, alright, when you are outside, there's an open world. You know, you are subjugated to everything in it. That includes being jumped, that includes getting into a fight, that includes the background noise that's going to totally fuck this video up. But I'm going to keep going because this is the prep show. Before I start anything, I tried to give you guys the best of both worlds. I'm not doing a good job at it, that much I can tell you. And you have to understand that to be in a fight, you might actually want to know how to fight. Alright? I'm 47 years old. I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. I just have never had a professional fight. I've had a lot of fights in the streets. I've had a lot of issues, and I've been jumped at least 2 or 3 times in my lifetime. You know, had a couple of concussions, so my memory ain't 1,000% accurate. I've had a lot of concussions. At least 5, I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm going to explain this to you on a level that I hope that you guys understand. Alright? 1. Every fight will always be different. You will never fight the same guy the same way in your next encounter. That's just not going to happen. They're going to learn from their mistakes, and you better have your shit together. Because if they've learned from their mistakes, they're going to pick up on your tics, your habits, and what's going to work for them by knowing what worked against them the last time. I understand, when I lost my sparring match out here in my front yard with some punk-ass bitch from New York who would never come back to fight me again because I woke the fuck up. Or better yet, he woke a sleeping dragon and he didn't want to come back and face me. He's a coward to this day. When my cousin died, he threw all that bullshit in my face, and then when I sat outside from 5 p.m. to midnight, he never showed the fuck up to fight me, but he talked all that shit at the church. I still owe you an ass whooping, wherever you are. If you've grown past this, good. I've kind of grown past it, but I ain't forgot it, because you were the one talking the shit. Alright? So I won that one because you didn't show up. Dropping that. When you get into a fight, no matter where you are, whether it's out here or someone hits you too hard in the dojo, your attitude and your temper is going to change the factor of what's going to happen next. Alright? If you know you're rolling, and if you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you're rolling, You are not supposed to roll and then do that. All right. Now, if you're doing it for a professional career, or if you're doing it in the UFC, that is acceptable. But if you're just rolling in the gym, you're not dropping elbows on people. You're clinching, you're locking, you're rolling. You're not fighting. Now, if you're fighting and you're doing the UFC and you go for side guard, and to get me a side guard, you're elbowing me in my face, that's acceptable because it's a fucking fight. It's not training, it's a fight. Understand the difference. If we're just rolling, we're rolling. We ain't trying to hurt each other. We're trying to see who's going to obtain dominance. All right? I did learn enough about BJJ in the military that I suck at it, but I know enough of the rules that I can survive with it. I can roll with anybody. I'm not going to win, but I know that. So knowing that going in, I'm not going to cry when somebody's making my Bruce Lee looking ass tap the fuck out. All right? Now, in a real fight, you ain't going to get that shit on me. Because BJJ mostly works when you're on the ground. And this is why I say you have to be able to be well-rounded in your shit. You have to know how to stand and fight. You have to know how to strike and counter-strike. You have to know how to block and strike. You have to know how to protect, which is the first thing that should have came out my mouth is you need to know how to protect. So I'm sorry for that. Yes, I called myself out on it because I'm always telling people that you should tell everybody about the 1,000 things that go right before the one thing goes wrong. Misquote that. What I meant to say was about the 1,000 things that can go wrong before the one thing goes right. And then every now and again, a motherfucker can get lucky. Don't get overconfident. Don't get underconfident. Accept the hand of fate and deal with what's going to come when it happens. All right? Now, as we go on in this journey, before I start doing any martial arts at all, I want you guys to understand something. If I'm showing you something, it's because I actually have done it or I know how to do it. Or it just looks cool. Sometimes it's all three. I have never fought anybody with this chain. There's no need. Because I have a strong saying, and I will live this until I die. You can call me out on it or whatever. If I bring a weapon to a fight, we're not fighting. You're getting executed. I've come to kill you. So I don't bring weapons to fights. But if you bring a weapon to a fight, I'm going to take it from you and make you wish you were never born. Because here's the only true weapon that you have. If your skill set with these, and these are not compatible with the person you fighting, you're going to lose. It's just that simple. A weapon is an extension of your skill set. Doesn't mean you're going to be great with the weapon. But it also means that that person has the ability to take that weapon from you and use it against you. So therefore, if you take a weapon to a fight and you lose, that's your fault for taking a weapon to a fight in the first goddamn place. The only weapon that truly is a martial art weapon is the martial artist himself. Contradict me if you want. I don't give a damn. As I said yesterday or the day before here on Instagram about how BJJ, Taekwondo, and Wushu have become more showman's martial arts. So when you see a lot of the fancy shit in the movies, you're either going to see Taekwondo or you're going to see Wushu. You're not going to see too much Kempo these days. You're not going to see too much Wing Chun unless the movie is based on a Wing Chun practitioner or some shit like that. You're not going to see too much of traditional classic shit. You may even see Jeet Kune Do. You will see the evolution of martial arts in the movies. All right? Because there are some things that are qualified for a Taekwondo kick or a Hurricane kick or a Tornado kick or a Kempo kick. Certain things are qualified for those kind of things. And you need to understand how that shit works. If you are taking an MMA class, you are going to get the best of all worlds. And fuck no, I am not the MMA spokesman. All right? But I will suggest that if you are starting as a child, if you want to go traditional, go traditional. But if you don't want to go traditional and you want to be well-rounded and you are a child from like the age of 6 to like 13, then you want to start in MMA. And then as you grow more accustomed to the cultures of martial arts and which martial art and which country that it comes from, and you choose to then go to a traditional style, then do that. Don't do like I do. I started off with freestyle karate, and then I wound up doing kung fu in between, and then taekwondo, and then judo, and then jiu-jitsu, the standing up jiu-jitsu, and then or assorted shit like kempo and aikido and stuff like that. So I have a very well station of what I have learned. Can I recognize the style? Sometimes, because sometimes aikido and hapkido and kempo, some of those moves are tied all together. Like capoeira kind of stands out, all right? But like Taekwondo and Karate and even Kempo, some of their moves kind of stand kind of right beside each other. But all basics are the same. Basic front punch, basic back fist, basic kick, basic knee, basic elbow. And those are also incorporated in Thai fighting, American kickboxing, cardio kickboxing. You can still elbow in Wing Chun also. A lot of people don't know that the elbow is in a Wing Chun. I forgot the form, but I don't believe in forms anyway. But you can elbow in Wing Chun. Don't think that you can't, because when you are doing this and you talk and you pop, you can pop one in there. You know, boom, 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 boom. You know, you just got to find the opportunity to get it in there. Same thing with push hands. You know, you can tag one in. No, all martial arts are related. The names, the kicks, and everything are the only thing that's different, and probably the origin of the country. Because when you start getting well-rounded, you will take all the good that works from every martial art and put it into your personal arsenal. And you will remember the philosophy of the others, but you won't always remember all of the moves. So when you see somebody who does repeated shit and they're awesome at those repeated moves, it's because it's muscle memory or body mechanics, and that's how that shit actually works. So I'm going to stop my video for Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Instagram, you're going to keep going because actually nobody's watching. And I'm going to make one long video for Kung Fu Havoc number 2 with bound fighting and this chain and possibly the bow staffs, which is going to be called martial art demonstration. If anything goes wrong, you know, you guys can go catch what you missed there, because I don't know how things work with Instagram. I had to dispute a couple of videos that was tributing Brandon Lee because of the movie soundtrack was a problem for them here on Instagram, so I don't want to do anything else that's gonna like make shit worse. So thanks for watching for Kung Fu Havoc number 2, BC and you. It's 11 minutes of the